Megan Grant.
Megan Grant.
I just love the challenge. I just loved showing up every day, just wanting to compete and get better.
She's so solid at the plate, always has a plan.
Crushed to right field, and that is a no-doubter. Megan Grant comes home and keeps swinging a hot bat to make it 2-0 UCLA.
What I want ultimately is to be remembered as someone who has always worked the hardest and was a good teammate as well. I'm Megan Grant, and this is No Days Off. I'm from the NorCal area, San Bruno, which is basically like 10 minutes south of San Francisco. The baseball life in what we call South City, it's real. It was competitive. Even when we were little babies, like we were on these t-ball teams with like great coaches, and our parents also gave us that competitive edge from the start, making sure that we understood that the game was about winning and just giving it your all. I have played baseball up until my 7th grade year, and I was soon to be going to high school, and my mom kind of gave me the question like, hey, like, do you still want to play baseball with the boys, or are we gonna transition into softball? In my head, I was like, you know what, I'm kind of sick of the boys, so I was like, you know what, might as well just like try it, see how it goes, and went to one tryout, and I broke the bat the first day, and suddenly the head coach there was like, you need to play, you need to play, and then basically that sealed everything.
Yeah! Winner!
All right, hold on.
What? I said you only get one.
Yeah, I didn't hit it though. Megan, I would describe as someone who's hardworking. A lot of the things she does is not only for herself, but for her teammates on the field or for our family. So she's always constantly checking in, trying to make sure everyone is okay, whether that's us as the family or her friends or her teammates. So she always puts someone before herself, which I think is awesome. And I'm most proud of that for her. Good way to stay down on it. Good way to get over.
The day in the life, wake up, class is the first thing, and then after class, we'll head to weights first. So we'll lift for about an hour, and then after that, we'll head up to the field, practice for about 3 hours, and then just some extra work in after that. And by that time, it's pretty much nighttime. What's special about UCLA, it's always based on culture. And we always talk about this foundation that we make at the beginning of fall, 5 a.m. weights, you know, practice right after, military training, you think of it all. The chemistry that we build with each other, especially this year, has been so strong. Showing up every day is like, it just puts a smile to my face, I think. It's just special.
Megan is the most hardworking teammate I've ever had in my whole softball career. She's always staying after practice, putting in the work, doing everything the right way, and I feel like she's become more selfless since she's been at UCLA, and I feel like in our junior year now, she's grown so much, and it's really cool to see her journey these last 3 years too.
On the field, we have a drill where it's just, we set a bat down and I'm sideways, and then I just jump over it, just working on feet and just grounders, and then I'll work on my throws to bases too.
So when she's like jumping over that bat, trying to get to her forehand and backhand, it's just a way to keep her feet moving through everything and through the ball.
And once we get to the cage, I usually love a good routine. So I'm all about the little toys, like the little bats and wiffle balls, baseballs. We'll be going through a lot of like progressions towards that, using like wooden bats and everything. And then we'll get to actually hitting. Let's just do the baseballs. To contact, and then if it's a good one, hit it full.
Megan's honestly indescribable. She says her spirit animal is a unicorn, and I feel like that's just like the perfect way to describe her. She's so unique, and everything she does, she goes all in. There's nothing halfway about Megan. She's just very passionate and also very compassionate too.
Jordan also being from the Bay, like we were always close to each other, and yeah, we were always saying like, when's it our time, you know? We've waited like 4 or 5 years just to have our moment on the stage.
Me and Megan met in 8th grade after we both committed here to UCLA. So we've known each other 6, 7 years now, which is crazy to think about. And once we got to UCLA, I feel like we instantly had a connection. Our freshman year was super special with just the team we had and just our relationship too. We're so close and our bond is so special. I really can't even talk about it anymore. Honestly, I might start crying.
I don't know what I would do without her here. She's just one of one person, one of one teammate, one of one friend. There's so much to talk about with mental health, I think. I go to therapy and I personally love it. I would recommend it to anyone and everyone to better their mind, to better their soul. Not everything is gonna work out in your favor, especially in life. Things do get really hard, but I think it's just the act of joy and just like waking up every day, being joyful about where you are in the moment, even though if you're not okay, that's okay. One day it's gonna be good and you're gonna grow from it and you're gonna be stronger.
Last question is, any message that you want to send to Megan?
Keep being you. You are an amazing person, and everyone is finally getting, I believe, finally getting the chance to see that with you kind of putting yourself more out there. This is just an awesome opportunity, and she's gonna do amazing things.
To Meg, like, I'm so grateful for you and just so grateful for our friendship, but also just to be teammates and like experience this journey with you. You mean the world to me, and it's just so great to be your teammate and also be your friend.
What I want ultimately in my life is to be remembered as someone who has always worked the hardest, has always been the hardest worker in every room, and someone who was a good teammate as well while doing that, and someone selfless and with a good heart. Thanks to everyone for watching my video. If you want to see more stories like mine, like and subscribe to Whistle.